Hello guys, today we'll have a practical quick example of blade components, a real situation that I encountered, which can turn into a lesson for you. So here I'm using Laravel Breeze with blade components coming from Laravel Breeze, and my problem was to add asterisk symbol to mark the field as required. So in the browser I wanted to add asterisk to name and description fields, to the labels. And value is a parameter to X input label, which is then shown here, and that value is with translations. So of course the easiest option is to add asterisk here, but then translation file will be polluted, so asterisk should be there in the translation file, which doesn't make much sense. So then I tried to do something like this, having that asterisk outside of translation, but then it's underlined by my PHP storm, and if I refresh the page, I have an error. It's not parsed successfully. So what you should do is to have a string here, and then, for example, do plus like this. Plus or dot, doesn't matter. I think both would work. Then if we refresh, we have correct asterisk. But this doesn't feel right to me. A pretty complex operator here just to add the asterisk, and then the idea struck me. What if we add that as a blade component attribute? Especially since it's needed in a few more fields in this form, maybe in others, so definitely not convenient to do something like that in all the fields, right? And it's not even readable. So in the blade component, we may add another property, required, and add a default value of false, for example. Then after that value, we add an if statement. So if required, then we add that asterisk like this. So now if we refresh our page, we shouldn't see any errors. Those asterisks come from blade page itself, so we don't see the required property, which is defaulting to false then. And if we remove those, then of course there would be no asterisks on the page anymore. But if we add that required property like this, look what happens. We refresh the page and we see the asterisk here. And then of course it is reusable, so you can add required to whatever label or forms you want if you're using the same input label. So in this case, input label for assign to doesn't have required, which would not have asterisk here. So yeah, this is kind of a personal story which I encountered myself, with hopefully a lesson for you with blade components. Or maybe I'm missing something. What are the other alternative ways? Maybe you would have done something differently. Let's discuss in the comments below. That's it for this time, and see you guys in other videos.